queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. It's nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. You don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Hey guys, what's up? Happy holiday. We are streaming on Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Now, y'all wanted to come together and talk about this situation with Tamar Braxton, honey. And we've been talking about it. It's so many different twists to the story. And happy holidays to you guys. Enjoy your holiday. Be safe. But y'all wanted me to do live. Y'all said y'all wanted to kind of come together and talk about this. I mean, there's been so many different twists, to the story. And like I told y'all, I just don't believe it. And a lot of people don't believe it. So with that said, I said I was going to create this live, and we can just talk about it, and we can y'all can tell me what y'all think, and y'all can come up. I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to come up and let me know what you think. If you guys recall from the last video that I did, Tamar said, baby, she quit music because y'all bullied her. Y'all bullied this lady to the point that she said she ain't releasing no album because y'all had done bullied her. And at this point, I'm sure, she was doing that for attention as well. But that was the latest. And from what I think has happened is that people have started to catch on to Tamar, because this has been a constant theme. Whenever she's selling something, whenever she's having a concert, it's always something surrounding her and whatever it is that she's trying to do. So we're just going to, I dropped the link in the chat. We have somebody, Cynthia, in the back. I'm going to bring her up. So like I said, I put the link in there. It's there. Let me see if I can pin it. And you guys can just click on it, and we can just kind of have a conversation, because at this point, I don't even know what to tell y'all. So Cynthia, what's up, Cynthia?
Hey Keisha, how you doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, girl. I'm just happy to just not really do nothing, but really do something.
That part.
Banks and stuff is closed. I'm good. I just came back from the what is that? The store. It's a store like a bedroom superstore or something, but I went out there to look for a sofa. So I just left from out there. And I'm just chilling. What's up with you?
I'm chilling too. Keisha, listen, may this type of friendship, so-called friendship, never find me in life.
Okay, I agree.
Tamar is a horrible person.
Yes.
Horrible.
Right.
And Keisha, I need to do more research. This is not their first time of having a fallout. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been too many to count. And that's what I'm saying. I believe the fans are like, wait a minute, girl, wait a minute. Now, this is not adding up, because this is seeming to be what you do. Because, I mean, it's Candy, it's Nene, it's everybody. Like you literally can sit there and find, like, I feel like if it's always a problem with you and other people, it got to be you. Like you
Definitely.
are the common denominator.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
Definitely. She is am I allowed to curse?
yeah, you can curse.
She's a fucked up person. Something is
Yeah.
definitely wrong with her.
Yeah, she
Something is really, really wrong with her. And you know what? For some reason, Keisha, there's a trend also. I think does she have something against gay men? Because she seems like she's always
hmm.
falling out with gay men. She followed out with Troy, a guy named Craig, now Funky.
I think what she does is maybe seeks these people out to be her friends, possibly because I mean, think about if you look at the females that she was friends with, she done fell out with all of them. It's
That
probably easier for her to be friends with a gay man versus a female. I don't know. I'm just thinking, but I don't know if it's a gay man thing. I think it's a her thing. I mean,
that
she
part.
fell out with Candy and Todd, not just Candy and her husband. And usually, generally in situations, the husband remains neutral. How you get into it with somebody's husband? Like, then it was Nene. Remember, she got mad at
Mm-hmm.
Nene because she said that Nene, the guy that Nene was dating, I guess it was a guy that she was dating. It was just Nene, like,
But
girl,
she
I
was on
don't have
Nene's
anything
show,
to do
right?
with
She
it.
was on Nene's show.
Well, see, what ended up happening is Nene didn't hold a grudge. She was like, I'm not mad at Tamar. So they ended up,
That's a
getting
shit.
back together, but Tamar was mad. And it was just Nene was like, well, I'm not mad at Tamar because I don't have anything to do with. So what it seemed like happened is Tamar was dating one of Nene's boyfriend's friends. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work between Tamar and this guy. And I guess
Uh-huh.
allegedly he was dating somebody else. But how are you gonna
Mm.
get mad at Nene for him dating somebody else?
Exactly.
What you want her to do about it? So somebody put in the chat, K Michelle, Toya, Rashida, Jesse
Mm-hmm.
Wu, Candy,
Mm-hmm.
Side, Nene, JR,
Mm-hmm.
Leatroy. Yes, it's thank you, T Nicole. I mean,
Keisha, hold
Craig.
up. What
Yeah.
about her sisters?
Oh, girl. Yeah.
We forgot about her
Yeah.
sisters.
And why
Keisha,
aren't the
she's such
sisters
a
saying
fucked up.
anything?
Keisha, she's such a fucked up person. May her soul rest in peace. Tracy. I don't think she went to her. I don't think that Tracy told her that she had cancer until she died.
They said that Tamar was one of the people that did not find out until later. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a horrible
Yeah.
person, girl.
Well, it's interesting. If you remember when the Braxton family values came out, Tamar played victim and tried to make it seem like it was the family against her. Do y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It was the family against her. And the family always said that Tamar wanted attention. And now we're seeing this. I don't understand why anybody would want to go anywhere with her. And somebody said, why is she talking to Tasha K? Well, this is what I can think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this with people. For some reason, when people have a problem with you, and y'all know how certain people do, they
Mm-hmm.
find other people who got a problem with you, and then they team up together. Because that's the only thing I can think about. Because Tasha K was dragging her when she was, in a relationship with the white guy. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the only thing I can think. I mean, if she's
No,
talking to
and
Tasha K,
Keisha,
it's
Tasha K doesn't like Funky. They have a
exactly. So that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. When people don't like you, they want to team up with other people that don't like you. That's just messy. It's just messy. I don't
How old is she
understand.
again?
Who, Tamar?
Yeah.
Ooh, Tamar is in her late 40s. I mean, we can
She's
look it
too
up.
old at
She's
her big
not
ass
young.
age. God
Let's look it up.
damn.
She's not young. She's in her late 40s.
Tamar Braxton.
Yeah, she's not young. I mean, she old enough. No, she's in her late 40s. What is this? 48.
She's
Yeah,
48. Girl,
48.
get your life. You about to be 50.
Right. Yeah, she's too damn old for that. So and I like Tasha K, but I don't like the messy stuff. Like, if you don't like him, don't like him. But why involve yourself just to be messy? Like, you don't like. I don't like that. I just
I
don't like
don't
it.
like them calling him Junkie Dineva. Honestly, Keisha, honestly, everybody has a past. We're all
Everybody
imperfect.
has a past. And the thing about it, at least he was able to talk about it
Exactly.
Some of these very people y'all see on YouTube be doing their little stuff too. So listen,
That part.
whatever the man did in his past and he's over it, just I don't like that either. It's just like,
It's
but here's the
weird.
deal. If that's the only thing y'all got to say about a person, something is wrong with y'all because you want to keep it. It's really ignorant and it's very low vibrational because, like you
That
said,
part.
we all have something that we
Oh,
did that we're not ashamed, like that we might be ashamed of.
of
But the
course.
good thing about it is he talked about it. So that's the thing that people fail to realize. When you tell on yourself, you cannot drag somebody for something that they done already told you. Like
Hmm.
it's sad. It is sad.
Well,
It is really
Keisha,
sad.
I appreciate your commentary. Let
Okay.
me allow somebody to get into the chat.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up.
Thank you, Keisha. You take care now.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Celebrity Style Magazine. You said, I agree. The post she put up was disgusting. Yeah, I don't like that. It's like you're looking for an opportunity to drag somebody. Like, come on now. If you don't like a person, you ain't gotta like them. So she gonna talk to Tasha K from the farm or what? Just messy. It's messy. You said she definitely could go to Michelle. That was putting them both on blast. Yeah, they all messy. I don't know. It just in all honesty, y'all, it really goes into who Tamar really is. That's how you can tell the true essence of her character. All a man asks for is to say something so people wouldn't think that he's some kind of weirdo that's doing something to women. You know what I mean? That's all he asked for. So that led to now she's saying he bullying her. Girl, just don't let that friendship ever find me, okay? Because listen, child, listen, Linda, I don't play games like that. I wouldn't have gave her half of what he gave her because I'd have went and let her had it the first time. So yeah, unfortunately, getting jazzy with Jazz TV. Yes, and she looking for attention ever since. And I will not stand for Funky Dineva slander. They need to stop. Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is you really can't slander a person for something that they told you. Like that's the thing. If he told you that, at once upon a time in his life, he did this, oh well, you really can't use it against him. So really, you're really making yourself look crazy because if that's the only slander that you can use against a person that they told you about, it just goes to really show what type of person that you are. Because hey, it is what it is, but that's how these people are. And that's why I said, listen, when I came to YouTube, I thought that this environment was different, but people look different. Now, I don't think it's everybody. It's for some reason the black folks on YouTube be a little bit weird. She said he wasn't a junkie. Well, it seems like to me, and this is just what I gather. So this is a good way to tell a person ain't your friend. When y'all get in, they're really not your friend. When y'all get into spat or whatever, they go and now they are recruited somehow by people who don't like you. It seemed like all the junky stuff is coming from maybe another person on YouTube that's probably hyping her up to say it. It's childish. So it's so childish. It has really nothing to do with the situation, and it's frankly a way for Tamar to kind of wiggle herself out of accountability because Funky somewhere living his best life. You done had this dentist come out and don't nobody believe it. What do that got to do with him? What do that have to do with him? You're saying that it's defamation. Who defamed you? People don't have to believe that. Nobody is looking to his social media page to see what he think. The folks is dragging you because they feel like you are a liar and you are an attention seeker. That's just what people think about Tamar. It doesn't really have anything to do with him. Yeah, it has nothing to do with him. People just feel like she is um an attention seeker. And that's just what people feel. So it really don't have a whole lot to do with him at all. Next, she will send a cease and desist. Then he'll burn. He said, then he'll burn the house down. You know, sad to say, I feel like this entire moment was meant to put her in the blogs And unfortunately, y'all, we fell for the trick because guess what we doing? We are in fact talking about her, and we've been talking about her for a while now. So unfortunately, she kind of won. She kind of won. Okay. So unfortunately, she did. That's not your friend when they throw your past. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That, as a matter of fact, Bernita, that was never your friend. That was never your friend because it's people out here that look for you to tell them something about yourself or to find something about you so that they can throw it in your face. You know, I mean, unfortunately, that's what they do. She was absolutely never his friend, never his friend. For the simple fact, you were never his friend because if somebody is telling you that they're being dragged because people think that they did something to you, and then you're saying you're in a hospital, but clearly, honey, you are on social media. Get on out of here. And y'all, have any? I even took some notes of some of these damn stories. Have anybody paid attention to all the different um ways this story has been told? First, the dentist said she took a plane. She immediately took a plane within 24 hours. Then, somewhere, Tamar said she drove and somebody took her because she didn't want to be seen in the airport. It's just so many different variables to this story. And I'm just like, what? So the story is just ever changing. It just doesn't, something just ain't right. EA said, I think it was a PR stunt gone wrong. She made that post so that we feel sorry for her and stream that album. However, she didn't expect the internet to blame Funky for it, and he went on his platform. Yeah. Okay. I think, like you said, I think what she thought was what you said. We were gonna feel sorry, but we didn't think she didn't. I don't think she thought that people was gonna be like, wait a minute. Like, for instance, girl, are you telling us you don't have cameras? You keep saying it was this or you think it was that. Girl, go roll the cameras back. This don't make sense. You're telling me you live in an apartment that costs that much, like a condo, whatever they call it, but you don't have no damn cameras. Girl, get on out of here. Also, what y'all was saying in the comments made so much sense. How old is this girl, 48-year-old, get diagnosed with sleepwalking? That's something that people get diagnosed with at a younger, you know what I mean? This is crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Yes, she in the blogs and she did it to her background singer James. What is this one saying? Platform to talk about it, calling her that lady, and he got offended that everyone was blaming him. And you know what? To be honest, I said that too when he said that lady. But as you all were saying in the comments, I guess that's just how he talk. So I guess if you don't listen or watch his stuff a lot, you wouldn't know that that lady is apparently that's just how he talks. So I didn't know that either. But apparently that lady is just how he talks. So I think too, when people heard that lady, they were like, wait a minute, how he being shady? But apparently that is just the way he talked. And I didn't know that either. And you said, Elizabeth said, they should have surveillance camera. Girl, you stand in a place like that where she stays, and you telling me you don't know or you don't have any cameras. Girl, get the hell up out of here. That don't even make sense. Also, y'all, get this. You woke up in a pool of blood. Okay. A pool of blood. Okay. Your teeth is gone. Your teeth is gone. And you didn't call 911. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. Where's the friend that found you? Where so the friend found you and left? She keeps saying she was afraid, she was scared. Girl, how did you go from waking up in a pool of blood, missing teeth, to getting on a plane? First they say you caught a plane, then she said that she was drove. You done missed so many places in Atlanta to go to that you went to Miami. I think you went to Miami because you couldn't find anybody in Atlanta to do it. Because originally you were trying to get Dr. Heavenly's number. What happened? Dr. Heavenly probably wasn't going to play with her livelihood like that. So what happened that you ended up way to hell in Miami? And then y'all, it gets even more weird. It gets more weird because, as a medical professional, for one, you should not be discussing somebody's medical health, period. Now, we got to know that Tamar had to sign some kind of release form to allow her to do that. But what doctor, dentist does shit like that? They don't do stuff like that. Go to the media and speak on somebody's health. That is just not what they do. Not only did she speak on her health, she spoke on sleepwalking and nose fractures. Now, listen, I'm not no damn doctor, but I ain't slow either. How are you talking about all of this stuff in which you're not a specialist? Did you go to school for that? This don't make sense. A lot of and people see, I guess they thought the people was dumb. The people ain't dumb, honey. They done research and was like, girl, this is a lie. This don't make sense. So nobody believes it. Somebody said, okay, Lakeysha, you said I wouldn't want no cameras in my face if I had any of my teeth missing. I agree. And you know, one thing I wouldn't do too is go to the internet and tell somebody. Now, I may tell you after I get my teeth fixed, but I'm sure I won't be going to the internet saying I woke up with 4 missing teeth either. I won't be saying that either. But if your friend who you were just out with took to the internet to say they almost died and didn't share with you directly, you may become that lady. That's true. That is true. Very much so. And not only you almost died, people are looking at it like, what you do to her because you were with her last. People in Atlanta talk too much. So she probably wanted to go somewhere far. Well, here's the deal though. She had already got on the internet and told the people. So I guess the people in Atlanta couldn't talk no more than her because she already had went online and said she was missing 4 teeth. So what more could the people say? She had already said it. I get it. They do. But hell, she literally already said it. We got Kay. Hey, Kay. Can you hear me, Kay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
I'm good. I've never joined anyone's live before,
Well,
but I just
thank
want to
you.
say that I am a big fan and I've watched you come up in these YouTube streets.
Oh,
But
yeah, girl. The
yes,
struggle.
absolutely. It is a struggle. That's why I could never do it. But I just wanted to quickly add my piece and I got to go because my football game's coming on.
Okay.
I keep telling, I've been in Atlanta for a very, very long time. And a lot of my young friends that happen to be gay, I keep telling them as a black woman, stop giving your lingo and your style to these reality stars, singers, these black women in Atlanta. This is what they do to every single one of them. A lot of them want to be aligned with these celebrities because they just think that that makes them so important, and they
Mm,
lose themselves behind these celebrities, and each time they get dragged. It just so happens that she couldn't drag Funky
right.
because he's got the connections.
Right.
He's been in the YouTube streets and
Right.
in television for a very long time. They need to stop doing this. It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm happy that this happened to Taylor. She is a fool. That is a
Right.
walking fool. But
But
that's all I had to add. That's all I really had to add.
well, thank you for joining, girl. Go watch your game.
I will. I'll be in the chat. But I just wanted
Okay.
to drop in and say something for the first time ever.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Now, guys, what I wanted to say to piggyback on what Kay said. Now, I also see that a lot too. A lot of people want to align themselves with different celebrities and different things of that nature to kind of, get themselves in the mix of whatever it is they're trying to, accomplish. So I definitely agree with what she's saying. Why they do that, I don't know. Everybody is different. So everybody do shit the way they do it. Me, I'm just a regular girl. I don't clout chase. I done been around celebrities shit my whole life. That don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about none of that. I care about real people, real connections. I don't know why people do that weird ass shit, but they do it. They most definitely do it. And in all honesty, I think it's a lack of self-esteem, because when you know who you are, you don't need to team up with people, being if they're a celebrity or if they this, to make you feel, validated as a person. I think it's weird. I mean, but they do it. Tamika, wait a minute, I just missed the. Tamika said, everybody I've ever seen that lady had any impact to the nose had two black eyes. What? Everybody I've ever seen that had any. Oh, okay. Right. Exactly. I agree. Now, that's another one, Tanika. You're saying everybody that I've ever seen that had any impact to the nose. Exactly, girl. Did y'all see? Listen, we got to go find that picture of Tamar. Just give me a second. I got to find it, because how in the hell is Tamar putting on makeup? Face looks like it always have looked to me. Nothing is wrong with her eyes. I'm like, girl, really? You don't look like nothing happened to you. I'm sure y'all saw that video, where she is, putting on makeup, and it just looks like, I mean, this is what I believe. I believe something could have happened, but I believe she blew that shit up. She could have woke up missing a tooth or something else. And I think she blew it up, because judging from the way that she looked, and we're going to get into it. This picture right here, how the hell she had, look at this, y'all. How? This don't even look like nothing happened to her. Let's get into this video right here.
This person that bullied me and eat me up. And the truth is, I've been in the hospital. And the people want me to go back to the hospital, but I don't want to go back. Oh.
There go that fake ass cry with no tears. Look at that. Look at it. It's been very hard. It's been very hard. Y'all had to point that out to me. Bitch, you ain't got a tear. Where the tears at? No tears. Tamar face look exactly like it would normally look. So I don't know what the hell happened to her, but for somebody to be missing 4 teeth and a fractured nose, that motherfucker still look like a Muppet nose to me.
I love drama. So, okay, well, what's the drama? What's the drama that I did? Somebody gotta tell me. What is the drama? Tell me, what is the drama?
And she's sitting up there like an idiot. What's the drama? Tamar, girl, please. Are you really going to sit up here and ask us what's the drama? This is why every man she have run the hell away from her, because I wouldn't even be able to be her friend, because I'd have had to reach out and touch her a couple of times. I wouldn't be able to be around her. She's like, what's the drama? What's the drama? Tell me, what's the drama?
What's the drama? All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed.
I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed. Girl, you still doing the same old shit that you was doing 10 years ago. I woke up and my life changed. Girl, what changed? You still doing the same shit.
And I probably shouldn't have said nothing, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone and I was in pain.
And here's the deal, y'all. Let's say something really happened to her nose. I just feel like the clout for her is more, because who in the hell is concerned about makeup and all of this after you claim you almost died? This will be the last thing I will be concerned about right here, putting on some damn makeup.
And that's it. I don't have to lie. I have money. I have success. I don't have to lie about anything. I have allowed this person to bully me and eat me up.
It's funny when she say, I have allowed this person to bully me and eat me up. Tamar is not used to anybody standing up to her. I have allowed this person to bully me and eat me up. You see how she becomes the victim in her story once again.
What did that person tell you? At their birthday party I paid for?
Oh, and to the birthday party, y'all. Now, I had originally said that I thought that this was Tamar's party. I had been said that. I said, because hell, it just looked like it was her party. Come to find out, she said it was Funky's, but girl, they said the sparkles and everything had your name on it. So why you sitting up here making it seem like you was there for Funky? Girl, why didn't it say his name on it? And he actually replied and was like, girl, all of that shit had your name on it. You drunk them people liquor. You were supposed to pay for it. But here she makes it seem like she paid the bill. She treated him. Girl, stop it. Stop it.
So that was a friend. So why what rollout? It was a coincidence. I didn't go to bed and wake up and my life changed.
Girl, get the hell up off my screen. You lie too much. And also, y'all, did anybody happen to catch all the differences that they mentioned in terms of the hospital? First, they said she was at the hospital, meaning in Miami. Then she said she was at Northside Hospital. Girl, wait a minute. Did anybody catch that? Or was it just only me? Northside is in Atlanta. I mean, Duluth, Georgia, all around. So, girl, first, this dentist said you flew to Miami and that you were still in the hospital. But then she comes back and say, I was at Northside. You can check. Girl, when did you figure out you was at Northside? Like, I'm just like, it seemed like the story was ever changing. So if she went to the hospital here, why didn't she say, I went to the hospital? It's like this story continues to change, which that's why everybody is side-eyeing her like, girl, this is weird. Like this story. So what did you do? Go find somebody at Northside to give you some fake discharge papers or something? The story, nobody believes it. Like nobody believes it. What y'all saying in the chat? AI and with Anitra. Right. She drove and flew. It was a local hospital. It was Miami. She was alone. Her friend found right. Northside for 5 days and was seen to go. Oh, thank you, T. Nicole. And I forgot about that. And they said she was in a club. Hello. Forgot about that. Like, girl, nobody believes this story. I mean, Tamar, girl, you ain't got no common sense. The people said she was at Whiskey Mistress. What's it, Miss Whiskey Mistress? And now somebody said something else. Whiskey Mistress and something else. Yes, ma'am. They did say you was in the club. She talking to us like we slow, like she is, and then talking about we can call and confirm. Just Scooby. Exactly. Like, you can't call a hospital and be like, hi, Northside, I'm just calling to see, was Tamar Braxton really there? I mean, girl, bye. Like, really? We can't call and you can't call a hospital and confirm somebody is there if you drop them off, because they won't confirm stuff like that because it's people's personal information. Yes, that's it, Lonnie. That's it, Lonnie. You got it. That's it. They said she was allegedly at Whiskey Mistress and at St. Regis. Yes, ma'am. That's where it was. Yep, y'all own it. Y'all own it. You need to ask Tasha K, for she apparently knows what really happened to her. Well, what really happened to her? I mean, I think we would all know if the story was, more consistent. I think, nobody bullied her. Funky was only asking her to let people know, right? He had nothing to do with it. What really happened? I thought it was a real simple ask. I mean, that's what I thought as well. Yeah, no, I never said she wasn't credible, but I don't know like what this thing is with her and Funky. I feel like with her, even by her being credible, she has this disdain for Funky. So I feel like anything that's gonna make him look crazy, she gonna roll with that. So I don't know. Hey, Mary Jane's baby, what's up? She said that she told her not to apologize to him. Exactly. Celebrity Style Magazine. Now you feel what I'm saying. I'm not saying Tasha K ain't credible. I just feel like she don't like Funky. So it's like, I don't feel like she would say anything that would make him look good simply because she just don't like him for whatever reason. For whatever reason. So I don't know. But I don't know. Apparently it's seeming like, Tamar is gonna be doing some kind of interview with somebody. Who y'all think is gonna be? Tasha K or Carlos King? Who y'all think? I'm about to check the table and say I'm not going to believe Tamar's stunts and shows after she tried to get rid of herself a few years ago and came to social media and told all of us about it. And you know what? And in all honesty, I'm starting to believe that Tamar would do anything for attention, even saying stuff like that. I believe that she got some real serious issues. Real serious issues. Lonnie, you say you think it's Carlos King. Isn't that crazy, girl? You talking about you missing 4 teeth. You didn't want to apologize, but yet you finna do a whole interview. Don't let this friendship ever find me. Tasha K is trash too. She didn't video. Once Funky cleared his name, she deleted the videos. Oh, really, K? I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. Kay said she deleted the videos. That's crazy. Carlos King not gonna let her play in his face like that. I don't know, honey. Carlos King don't be asking them people no questions. He be letting them play all day. Carlos don't be asking no questions. He definitely not now. Between Carlos and Tasha, I'm gonna give it to Tasha because Carlos do be letting them people play. He be sitting up there like he don't know what's going on. And then Carlos would have the nerve to say he don't want to bully nobody. How is somebody coming on your show and you asking them questions bullying them? No, that's not bullying. You're asking questions. I'm gonna say Tasha K is a better interview. She's a better interviewer than Carlos King. I'm just, that's how I feel. I think she'll run to Tasha. Yeah, it seemed like they may have been in communication. And I'm just saying, judging from what I saw Tasha post, all she had to do was make a statement saying Funky had nothing to do with what happened to me, right? Yeah. Yeah, but that just didn't work out too well. But I also think Tasha K. Okay, so you think Tasha K. She was in communication with her, but I guess the celebrities when they have scandals. Yeah, I like Carlos King, but he gotta ask better questions. I mean, that interview he did with Jackie Christie's daughter, that just wore me out. I'm just like, what is this shit we watching? What are we watching? So I don't know. I mean, if Tamar does an interview, I mean, we don't need nothing else to say that she clout chasing because I don't care what the hell she say. This was a totally clout chase. Girl, even if your teeth got knocked out, you certainly came to social media for clout. Who in the hell, and Funky even said this, who has an accident in their house and the first thing they do is run to social media? Now, I can see if it happened at some point, you mention it to your audience. But girl, the first thing, absolutely not. That is not the first thing I'm going to do in an emergency is run to social media. Hey, y'all, somebody just kicked my door in. Girl, no. Carlos is too worried about being everyone's friends. Absolutely. He definitely is. He wants to be the friend. And he say to Carlos say the same thing to every woman. You are so beautiful. I'm just like, Carlos, please stop saying that. You say the same thing to everybody, and it's starting to get old. What you say? Her lips has always looked hard to move. Yeah, her face looks the same. Like her face, I mean, listen, I ain't never had a nose fracture, but maybe she had some cosmetic surgery or something, but it looks the same. It looks the same. Funky was right when he said you don't run to social media to tell that. Funky was right. Yeah, I wonder is he going to? I know he did put some statements on his social media. I wonder is he going to make a video about what the last thing she said. Right, everybody is a star in Carlos King, and they're beautiful. Right, yes, he say the same shit. especially at her age, a person who didn't grow up on social media, and she comes from an era where you're taught to keep your family business to yourself. Yes, she does come from that era, but guess what? She understands how social media works and she uses it to her advantage. She definitely uses it to her advantage. She definitely does. That's what y'all saying. She was supposed to come to us once she had the BS sleeping walking story together. Right, girl. I don't I really don't believe that she thought it was gonna go this far. And maybe she didn't think that people were going to start automatically saying that, Funky Dineva, you must have did something. I don't know what the girl. Here's the deal. Obviously, it wasn't a carefully thought out plan at all because the shit don't make sense. She continues to change the story. The story has been changed so many times that anybody with any common sense would be like, yeah, this ain't adding up. Hi, Jackie. I think the part about going to the farm was obviously, more attention. More attention. Okay, Lonnie says so she ran to social media when she got into it with Candy and Todd cussed her out and had Colonel Sanders mixed up in that trying to protect her. But you know what though? I don't even think Todd cussed her out. In all honesty, what she said that he said, you know what it is. What I mean, you know what it is. That I mean, girl, you know what it is. What is that? Like, what do you expect Todd to be buddy buddy with you when his wife is not messing with you? I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. You can't get mad at him. They also said that she saw Todd at Regis and was drunk and sloppy, trying to go at him over that candy stuff about, girl, go sit down. And they said he got up out of there. So, Tamar is definitely an attention seeker for sure. She is definitely that. I'm gonna put the link back in the chat if anybody want to come up. But she's definitely an attention seeker. Um, I'm just curious as to know who she's going to be interviewing with. She should have just told us, hell. Let us know. Give us the tea. So let's see here. Let's see here. So if y'all want to come up, I did put the link in the chat. She came back on social media and said the farm comment was sarcasm. She said the project is still coming out. This girl is so childish. Imagine somebody at 48 acting like this. I see why she can't have a successful relationship. I believe Funky, this stunt was a bag grab that she chose to imply. Funky was a part of her injuries, yet not let him profit off the lie. He called it out. There is no honor amongst. Well, Deborah, I would love for you to explain what you mean. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it. Okay, I got it. I have to reread it. She saw Todd at St. Regis. Well, why was she there? There were all the call girls go hookers to find rich men. Girl, okay. I don't know, girl. I've never been there. I gotta go check it out. But the St. Regis is upscale. So, if they call girls, they ain't that you can't come in there saying you're a call girl. So it's real upscale. So that's the St. Regis. That's funny. But I did hear that's where they go to, meet the men's. Is honey, I guess that's where I need to be at, right? We don't even want to hear the album. Girl, we don't want to have nothing to do with that damn album. Absolutely. Girl, now it's still coming out. I wasn't looking forward to it coming out. Yeah, I guess she was lying. That girl is a mess. What you saying about the St. Regis, right, Keisha? We need to meet up to see. Yes, listen, they say that St. Regis ain't nothing to play with now. I know y'all putting jokes in the chat, but they listen, they say that's what the real be. See, I would have to go find me a white man. I ain't thinking about these black ones, honey. They be doing too much. Tamar is super messy, but Funky shouldn't have gone on his platform talking about her first. I mean, I don't know because I really can't call it. I mean, I'm not him. I really don't know what he felt in that moment. I don't know. But here's the deal, y'all. If y'all recall, I think the reason that it happened, and we can go back and watch his video. This is what he said. I remember it now. He said that they were texting back and forth, right? And he said at some point he realized that it was a stunt. So I think at the point that he realized that it was a stunt, he requested that they fix it, that she fix it. So I guess that's why he said why. So I guess if I felt like somebody had played with me, I don't know what I would do. They look fancy at St. Regis. They go for tea time. It's what it's called. Okay, okay. Quite a few celebrities live in the resident part of St. Regis. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's a good one. So I guess the St. Regis has it. They okay, so that's interesting that you said that because um I believe Tamar stays in a residence part of a hotel. I don't think it's the St. Regis though, because I know there are hotels down here where some celebrities do stay. I didn't know that they did it at the St. Regis, but I would imagine that they do. But there is another hotel that I know of, and I think that's the one that Nene stay at. It. I think it's the same one Tamar stay at too. What you saying, Lonnie? Where the players play is at St. Regis. I disagree. Funky was trying to protect his image. Hey, oh, we got Kay. Kay finally came up. Hey,
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I had to put my picture back up because I was like, I don't know why that ocean picture came up. So I had to turn my game down. Let's
Okay.
clarify something really quick here. Okay.
Okay.
People keep saying, well, Funky should have never gone on his platform and said anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we all knew what had happened over the weekend when she
Right.
woke up and made that anonymous post. You already know everyone's gonna be in Funky's chat asking, what happened to Tamar? Tell us what happened. What happened? And so finally he said, I don't know what happened to that lady. And you know
Right.
why in my mind, because I say in my mind, because that doesn't mean it's right, but it's what makes sense to me. In my mind, the reason why he responded that way and said that lady, because if she was truly his friend, she would have already queued him up on what was going on, and she didn't. So
Right.
in his mind, it's like, she's not my friend. She didn't even tell me what happened.
That's interesting you said that because you're making me remember what he said. He said when he started his live show, I can't even remember the number, but he said he had a significant amount of people already there and they were putting shit in his chat like, what you do to her? You did this, you did that. So I get it. And he did say I didn't, that lady. But if you go watch his other videos, he always used that word. Now people were telling me he always say that. I didn't know, but that is a word that he just normally says all the time.
Right. And somebody is truly my friend because see the problem is with people like Funky and these people who want to be aligned with all these celebrities, they think everybody is their friend. These people are not your friend. You're expendable.
Right,
These gay
right,
men do not understand, and I don't want to lead with gay first, but a lot of them don't understand that these women are not your friends. It's the same thing where if you have a white friend or you think you've got a white friend and as soon as you make them mad or you do the wrong thing,
right.
About first, the N-word. It's no
Exactly.
different.
Listen, I told look, I know because my son, I had to listen. I told one of his friends, listen, I would drive there and fuck you up. You got me, you got the right one because he had some friends like that. And as soon as they got an attitude, I said, I will beat your friend ass. He's an adult.
Exactly.
Like, hold on, bro. Yes, they sure will try to call you the N-word, child. Yes, that sure happens.
I don't understand where that's coming from. We're like, well, he should have never got up and said something. His people at his follow. I was in the comment section.
Right.
What the hell happened to that girl? Like, what happened to her?
Right.
So, I mean, and
you said I was in there too.
Right. It was natural.
You was one of them.
Like, I don't know.
We gonna blame
and
you.
honestly, he should have been the first one to be told what was going
Right.
on. But why he
Right.
didn't know is because she lied.
Right.
She is a damn liar.
Right. Right. Yeah, she lied. I feel like this was a setup that she had for the entire time. He just didn't know. And I think at some point he figured it out because he said that. He said, wait a minute, as I'm talking to them, I'm figuring it out. So he figured out that this was some BS. And I think that's another reason why he got pissed, because he was giving her grace like, oh, this girl is in the hospital. She's sick. Take care of yourself. When all along, he like, this girl was on social media. She saw it. I was sending it to her. And now really I'm finding out that this was awesome bullshit. And she threw me under the bus and didn't even want to come out and say, I didn't have nothing to do with it. So I get it why he was pissed.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I think after, what's today, Sunday? I think after
Yes.
today, I'm done with this whole thing because I just find it to be so interesting. I'm like, I don't follow Tamar. I'm not a fan of Tamar. Yes, she can sing, but she has to understand her career is not taken out the way that it should, and it's because of her antics. She's so, like I said in the chat earlier, where's Toni Braxton at? Somewhere singing and whispering and being peaceful and making her money and probably touring. She's not with all these antics.
Right.
And
making enemies wherever you go. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I agree. But we can start blaming you now because you was in the chat.
Now, I wasn't in the chat asking what happened to her. Like, I was concerned.
Right.
It's the whole, like I said in the chat, if this didn't work for Juicy Smollett or Jussie, whatever.
Right.
Said Juicy. Why did she ever think that this was going to work for her when people already know she be with the bull crap?
The bull crap. And then what got me is I said, wait a minute, why is it always with some damn teeth? Didn't this just happen to somebody else? Like, girl, go away, please.
Right. And I'm going to tell you real quick, you already know when somebody is lying when they first come on their social media and say, I really didn't want to post this.
Right.
Okay. We already know some bullshit.
I did. Right.
Right. It's like, girl, use a whole lie.
Your family, you got a whole family. Where the hell I almost died, girl. Right. You the only one think that. Right. Nobody else.
You already know as soon as her family saw it, their face is probably turned up and they just stopped paying attention to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a mess. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna drop back down.
Okay.
Y'all say something that gets me activated. I'm like, I don't understand where people are coming from, but I'm here in the comments.
Okay, Kay. Lonnie, you are on it, girl. That's it. Waldorf Astoria. That's where Tamar stays. Yep. I couldn't remember, but because Nene stays there and Tamar does too. That's it. You got it. I couldn't remember, but you remembered. And then EA says Tamar stays in some high rise. They say, yeah. So it's a hotel, and I guess they have residents, somewhere in the building, child. But yeah, that's where she stays. Y'all got it. Yep, that's it. You got it, Lonnie. That's it. I just couldn't remember the name. I could not remember the name, but that is it. And they said, and that's funny that y'all say that because somebody else said that they didn't say it was Nene, because I don't know. I can't say Nene. I don't know Nene. I don't talk to Nene. But somebody was saying that somebody that lived there said that they had been seeing Tamar. So, girl, get out of here with these lies. She getting bust out left and right. So, girl, bye. Goodbye, girl. So she stays in this hotel, but yet she doesn't have any cameras or anything. Girl, bye. This lady is crazy. So really, she not only can call 911, girl, you have a person that is down at the desk 24 hours that you could have called and said, could you call the ambulance for me? Girl, get out of here. I forgot about that. This whole story is crazy. This is crazy. Chrissy says, I can only imagine as one of her sisters all the bullshit they had to put up with working and singing for Tony. Tamar never wanted to be, a doo-wop chick. And you know what, though? Now that I can see this, I can see why they don't probably mess with Tamar. Yes, Lonnie, they got concierge down there. Yes, yes. I totally forgot about that. So it's a secure building. You can't even get on the elevator. Like you can't, where the residence is, you can't go up to those floors. So it's just like this lady is crazy. She needs serious therapy. However, she always says she does always say she's in therapy, and she always says that she's changed, but nobody can see it but her. T. Nicole, Nene said on her show she hears Tamar from her house singing all night long. Yep, yep, yep. They stay in the same building. People like Tamar make it hard for real victims. This is the most disappointing part. Yeah, Tamar is a fucking mess. Tamar wants the sisters to treat her like they do Tony, but they don't respect her like that. She ain't Tony, and she will never be Tony. So she needs to take a seat. She needs to take several seats. She ain't Tony. She ain't gonna never be Tony, and people will never respect her like Tony. I mean, she has a long way to go. You start shit with everybody. You act childish. You never take accountability for anything. I mean, good luck with that. Tamar acts like a spoiled brat as an adult. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And if you guys have not, can you please make sure you are liking the video, y'all? Let me see if y'all liking the video. Y'all, I had a margarita. We was gonna go live yesterday. I don't know if I told y'all I don't drink, but I do sometime from time to time. I'll have liquor in the house, but I won't drink it. So yesterday I decided to make a margarita. Baby, when I tell you I had to lay down for the rest of the day from drinking one margarita. This is why I don't drink. If you don't implement the things that they teaching you at therapy, it's like, you're right. It's like going into a garage, and yeah, you're right. That is very true, Viola Rose. When you therapy is very hard. There's a few kinds of therapy. Okay. Have y'all ever went to a therapist that just wants y'all to like, it's kind of like you talking to your friend? I don't like those type of therapists. I had a few of those and I graduated. I'm like, I can't deal with y'all no more. Y'all like me talking to my friend. So now I got one where I can't even remember the kind of therapy, but it's hard. So if you're not implementing, like you said, the stuff that they're telling you to do, you're not gonna get any better, or you're not gonna change, because therapy is hard. It should be hard work, because what is forcing you to do is change your thought process, change different things, and it's not easy. So if you just don't go to therapy and just be like, I'm better, that shit is hard. Yes, EA girl, I was lit, but I was so lit I had to go to sleep. I said, I'm going to sleep. I had that burger. It was so good. But when I tell you I was done, it was only like 2 o'clock and I was already done. I said, oh my gosh. Woo. Yeah, I had a therapist that I just vented to, felt like she was my homegirl. Then she would insinuate that I'm okay. So I'm like, why am I paying you? Yes. And that was a bad. So for me, in my experience, I had a therapist that would just sit up there and it was like gossiping. And I was like, I don't like her. For one, if I'm going to a therapist, you went to school for this. I need you to help me because you went to school for this, right? So it was more like gossiping. Then I went to another therapist. I said, let me switch. Went to this other therapist, and she was like, well, you're the best client I have, and you're not going to be able to see me, every week because the insurance is not going to pay for it. So essentially what she was saying is I wasn't bad off enough for the insurance to pay it. So I was like, well, okay, well, she was like, well, we'll just do once a month. This lady started missing the appointment. So I was like, I'm done with her. Listen, y'all, I wanted to have me a Black therapist. None of the Black therapists that I had worked out because either they were gossipy or they thought that I didn't need therapy. So I'm going to have my first session with a white lady in a few days. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. I think I like her already because she gave me homework. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Now, if she is seeing a therapist, I bet it's you said I bet it's not Anyala. Anyala ain't messing with that hoe. My therapist liked me, not because she wanted to help me, but because she loved my insurance provider. Girl, they be so money hungry. Ain't that the truth? Yes. But see, the thing with insurance, I guess, when they get paid, they got to put all of these notes. And what she was telling me was I couldn't see her once a week because in order for me to see her once a week, I had to have all these issues and some shit. I don't know. But the therapy, the place that I got now, I made sure. I said, listen, if I had to pay for this, how much do y'all charge? So luckily, worst case, I can still go once a week because it's something that I can afford. Yes, therapy is hard work though. It forced me to face reality and stop playing with my life. My beginning sessions had me tearful. Yes, it's hard. It is not. If you have therapy and it's easy, you need to find you another therapist because you're not going to. And that's why I switched because I said, and then my therapist gonna tell me, she felt like I was her friend. I'm like, girl, what? So I was like, no, I gotta find me another therapist because I am not your friend. I am here for help. I am here for help, honey. But yeah, Tamar talking about she going to therapy, girl. I don't know what she probably going to a clout chasing therapist, honey. Because, honey, listen, I'm not a therapist, and I'm like, whoo wee. I wouldn't even want to go to a damn Tamar Braxton concert. And in all honesty, y'all, the bad part about this, I think she's gonna lose fans behind this. What y'all think? Quan said, Ayala is done with Tamar. Please, Ayala is not messing with that hoe at all. I had a therapist that started telling me girl, was she black? Like, you said I had a therapist. That should have been your cue to leave. Like, seriously, ma'am, I am here. Listen, I had this one lady. So I had a total of 4, I think. One I had for an extended, maybe about a year or so. The first lady that I had, y'all, we sitting here conversating, and I was wondering why she was doing this. Do y'all know what she was doing during my whole therapy session? It had dawned on me why she was watching TV. She was doing this, because you can mount your TVs on the wall. She was doing this. She was like, and then she would look at me. I was like, you got to go. You got to go. As a therapist, your therapist should not be agreeable, right? Validating emotions and being safe isn't the same as enabling bad behavior. Your therapist should challenge you. And that is so true. This lady that I have now that I'm going to meet next week, let me just tell you how I got her. So I was going to meet with this black therapist. And Liz, I'm going to just be honest. I've had every therapist I had was black. And I'm going to be honest. I didn't feel like they was all that good. Now, the second lady I had, I felt like she was good. The only thing I didn't like about her is she was pretty much telling me I didn't need therapy. And I'm just like, how do you tell a person they don't need therapy? If a person is in therapy, then it must be something that they need help with. Maybe they haven't told you everything yet. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, whatever. So now they had set an appointment with me with this black lady because for some reason they just assume you want maybe a black person. So she sets an appointment with me with this lady, right, y'all? They told me, in order to have an appointment, you got to sign on to the internet. So I'm sitting here waiting. The lady never showed up. So she ended up calling me and she was like, hi, introduce herself. And she was like, well, what do you want to talk about? And I'm just like, well, I'm on my computer. They told me that, log in and, I was going to be able to see you. Because first of all, this is weird. I don't even know what you look like. You calling me on the phone. But I didn't say that to her. I said, so are you going to log in? She says, okay, I'll log in. She was telling me she was having problems with her computer. So I was like, well, you want to maybe try to see if you can log in? She was like, okay. The lady logs in, y'all, right? So when she finally get in, I see her in the back of her look like a bed. So I'm saying to myself, is she sitting up in her bed? So then it dawned on me. I said, maybe that's just her background. Because I'm like, I know this woman is not sitting up in the bed. So finally she goes off screen, right? But I can still hear her. Then y'all, guess what I hear? I hear her car. I hear her keys. I hear all these people in the background. And I'm just sitting there because I'm like, I know this is not happening for real. I said, is she really having my appointment? And I can hear people. It seemed like she was in a car. So it seemed like the background that I saw that was the bed, that was how people have these fake backgrounds. So I started recording because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna, believe this. So this woman is having so the real reason why she called me when she was telling me she couldn't log in, apparently she was out doing whatever she was doing and decided she was just gonna call me. So I told them, I said, I don't want her. I said, for one, I said, how does she call me on a therapy appointment with other people? I said, no. So I ended up getting the owner of the company because I called her and I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable with this lady. I said, she don't know what I was going to share with her or what I wanted to talk about. I said, I hear people all in her background. I said, I get it. Stuff happens. If she was in her car and couldn't make it, that's all she had to say. You know what I mean? So I'm like, So I got this other lady who is a white lady. And I actually like her because what I did was I complained. I told them, look, I got a video of her. You can hear her in the car. She obviously went off the screen and they had assigned me to the owner and she sent me a lot of stuff. She was like, before we have our sessions, because she asked me, she says, well, what is it that you think that you want to come to therapy for? So I told her and she said, okay, she says, I'm going to send you these materials. She said, look over these material and then, just schedule your appointment, whenever you want to come. But I was and I'm going to be honest, y'all, every time I have a Black therapist, it always be something weird like that. And I'm just like, I love my Black people, but I just don't think y'all take, a lot of Black people take therapy seriously. Cause I'm just like, girl, how you just gonna call me up on the phone? You got, your kids, your mama, your cousin, all in the background. I hear the keys, I hear the car. I'm just like, what kind of ghetto stuff is this? Really? So yeah, I'll let y'all know how my new lady is. Hi, Rashonda. But yeah, like I said, I just want to jump on here and kick it with y'all with regards to this stuff with Tamar Braxton. What are y'all saying in the chat here? Oh, for real. D Nice said, Lakeysha, I definitely felt like other people were able to hear me pouring my heart out on my sessions. That happened to you too? Oh, that ain't cool though. When you go to therapy, it's supposed to be, you and your therapist. And I felt like, and see, the thing with me is I'm secretive. Like I don't really talk about everything in my life. So me going to therapy was a way for me to like release it and try to become a better person. So when I heard that, I was like, girl, you got me all the way messed up. Like I can't even feel comfortable. Girl, that's bad. Yes, girl, I had to pause. Yeah, that I would be like, you know what? No. Because how is the therapist hearing you and why are they in the midst of other people? And also, that's a HIPAA violation. Like you talking about your personal business. Ari, you said I'm a little weak still, but I'm okay. And it's just my chest was hurting. Well, hopefully you're better, Ari, I hope I said your name right. Yeah, but therapy is needed, y'all. Like we nobody has come from a perfect environment. And even if it was perfect, there's always, well, shit, there is no perfect environment. So let me just not even say that. I didn't have proof that others were in the room, but I had discernment that others could hear me. Oh, gotcha. And if you felt like they could hear you, they probably did. I had a Black lady and Hispanic lady, but they both made me feel like I didn't have any issues. You see what I'm saying? Now I feel like I may need a male therapist. Maybe they'll be more objective. I don't know. I think this is what I learned with therapy. Whatever issues you having, your issues can be so big to you. But you can have a therapist that maybe your therapist went through far worse stuff. So the stuff that you talking about, may not seem a lot to them. So I felt like the therapist that I had, maybe my trauma was little to them because I felt like they was not taking it seriously and I felt like they wasn't giving me the tools that I so needed. Now, the crazy part, the same stuff I was telling them is what I told the white lady, and she sent me a whole bunch of different stuff. So it's like I also feel too, um sometimes as black people we are so used to trauma and dealing with trauma that we feel like we're supposed to, or it's okay, and the shit ain't okay. Like, it's okay to not be traumatized. And I just feel like I dealt with a lot of that. After dealing with this man, I actually need a psychiatrist. She said, and not a therapist. No, okay. You know it. So listen, y'all, a psychiatrist, the only difference is they give you medication. And then, obviously a psychiatrist is a doctor. A therapist doesn't necessarily have to be a doctor. Girl, you all have to get rid of him, Kay. Oh, that's terrible. And I don't think we have to limit ourselves to black therapists. Our loyalty needs to be our own. That is correct. And that is exactly what I said. I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm doing too much with trying to find a black therapist. Let me just find a therapist that feels like they can deal with the things that I want to talk about. And I think that's what I was supposed to do altogether, because once I said that in my mind and said, okay, I'm just going to find somebody that can, or feel like they can help me with these issues, I found her. So I think that's probably what I just needed to do, because after I cleared my mind of thinking I need to get me a black therapist, once I was like, you know what, let's just figure out a therapist. Maybe they don't need to be black. And then I found her. And I just wanted somebody that was going to say, okay, I need you to do this homework. I need you to do that. I didn't just want to sit there and talk about stuff, because I feel like I'm the type of person that like to solve problems and not to sit there and complain about problems. And I think that's why it was so hard for me to get to therapy, because I'm like, I'm not going to therapy. I'm gonna figure this out. Like, I don't. So I'm just like, at this point, like, girl, you ain't figured it out yet. Like, you ain't figured it out. So yeah, I just wanted somebody to give me work to do. What you saying, Kay? No, Kay, you got to get rid of this. You just got to get rid of him. I'm telling you, get rid of him. Let me just tell y'all something. I remember when my children were young, right? So my children, they got the same father. And I listen, I tell y'all, when I decided to leave him, to leave this fool alone, when I left him alone, I really felt crazy, because I was like, dang, how people gonna look at me like I'm taking care of kids by myself. And I always felt like I was gonna look like an idiot, because I was like, I don't want to be, a single mother. I don't want to be taking care of kids by myself. But when I left him, when I tell you, I did not know all of the things that I could accomplish on my own. That was the best thing that I ever did. And to this day, I'm telling you, nobody could put me together with nobody, because I have learned to love myself in ways that I never even thought that I could. So it's just been so great, me by myself, that I don't even know really how to be in a relationship, because I'm just like, look, leave them. Leave them. I'm telling you, don't get in no relationship that you feel like somebody is just really taking you there. I'm telling you, because I've been there, girl. I'm telling you, that was the hardest thing that I ever did. Think about somebody paying for everything. You ain't got to pay nothing, and now you got to do everything. But I'm telling you, when I did that, nobody has been able to convince me to be in a relationship, because all I can think about is like, dang, I never even knew how I can be happy by myself, because the world tell you you need to be married, you need to be in a relationship, especially if you got kids. You gonna look stupid. How you gonna have kids? You ain't gonna have a man, you ain't gonna have a husband, you gonna look like a fool. So that's what I was thinking in my mind, like, I gotta stay here. Baby, when I left, I opened businesses, I bought homes, I did so many things that I was not doing with this person. Like, y'all don't know. Like, don't be in no relationship that's going to bring you down. Just don't do it. It's just not worth it. Y'all see how women nowadays are opting not to be in relationships, not even because they don't want to be, they don't want to be in relationships. People are taking their mental health seriously. And sometimes when you link up with the wrong person, baby, you going down. I'm telling you. You link up with the wrong person, you going down. And that's just how it is. I'm telling you. You gotta let them people go. What Toya say? I think some people treat it like picking a hairstyle. Stylist looking for someone who understands your struggle, know your hair type. Okay. What y'all saying in the chat? Let's see here. But a good therapist is very important. I even took a break. I said, you know what? I'm tired of looking for therapists. But I was like, let me try it again. And I said, okay, I'm not going to say, the person got to be Black. And then that's kind of how I found her. I kind of just found her, and she seemed to understand. So I was like, look, we're going to go with it. I just, like I said, wanted somebody to challenge me, not just sit there and listen to what I had to say all day. Like, I don't need that. I'm not looking for a friend, ma'am. So thank you for your comments, Daria. Is it Daria? Daria Millard. Okay, you need to get rid of him, and you let us know how that goes. Let us know how it goes. Life is too short. We don't need that in our life. Somebody say, do you want to get married in the future? That's a great question. And let me just answer this for you. You know what? This is why I say I am so glad that, how you look back at your life and be like, oh, I'm so glad I went through this. When my children were younger, I wanted to get married. Now my kids are grown. So in order for me to ever consider marriage, it would have to be different. Like, I hope you don't think that I'm going to be cooking for you 7 times a week. So it really depends. But in all honesty, I have no desire. Like, I don't have any desire. My children are grown. All of what I wanted when my children were younger, I feel like I didn't get. I feel like I kind of maneuvered through everything on my own. So that desire to be married, I don't have it. Like, I really don't have it. So I don't have to ever be married. And that's just the truth. I don't have that desire. So me getting married, I don't have to ever get married. And I wouldn't care. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't even care. That is not a desire for me. It used to be, though. It used to be. But, times have changed. I think in our community, we will talk to be strong and wear as a badge of honor and keep it moving, but keeping it bottled in can make it worse. And manifest in your life in different ways. Okay. Everywhere. Well, I think too, in our in the Black community, I think that we don't. A lot of times we never consider our mental health, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't either. Like, it was hard for me to consider that because, girl, I'm 50 years old. Like, I've been through my entire life. I never had to talk to anybody, especially a therapist, to get me through anything. You know what I mean? So that was really hard. And we were taught to, just keep going. So I'm like, listen, if I'm going to teach my grown kids about therapy, I need to do it myself. So look, I know that's right, Keisha. Your piece is more valuable than having a title. Yeah, I'm not saying that I wouldn't, if I met somebody or whatever, but that's just not something that I got in my mind. Like I told y'all, when my children were smaller, I felt inadequate. Like, dang, I'm not married. I got to take care of kids and do everything on my own. So I was more so embarrassed a little bit. 'Cause I'm like, dang, I didn't, my life wasn't supposed to be like this, but I was not going to be with somebody that I felt was being miserable to me. Like I just wasn't going to do it. So it was either, me save myself so that I can be a better parent, or me be miserable, in a relationship trying to, prove to the world that, I'm in this, relationship with, this man. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give it up. I'm going to give it up. I was married for 19 years. And when I left my ex, I was able to focus on me. I earned 3 degrees, bought a home, and now I'm running a $5 million right. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not even about not being in a relationship. I would love that, but I don't feel inadequate without it. I don't have a need to be in a relationship. I'm not going to dwindle myself down to some man to make him feel a certain way while I'm feeling like shit just to be in a relationship. I don't have that anymore. It's not saying that I wouldn't like it, but I'm not going to sit there and, make myself feel less than, or, degrade myself just to be in some relationship. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not. When you get older, marriage becomes less of a priority. Yeah, yes, peace over everything. Yes, because this is what I said. I remember being in a relationship, you in the house with somebody, and you want that motherfucker to leave, but y'all both live there. So it's like, what you gonna do? I don't want to ever be in that situation again. I don't want to ever be in that situation again where I'm in a a house with somebody and you realize that this person is not really the person that you thought they was, and now you want that motherfucker to leave. I don't want to be in that situation. No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know, nothing is perfect, but these people, be faking. They're not who they really are. You know, people are not who they say they are. And I'm not definitely not looking for perfection, because I'm far from it. I'm not even close to perfection, but these folks, listen, my grandparents were married for probably 60 years. Shit. Well, not 60, about 50 years, 50 something years. You don't see that now today. These folks want to hit it and quit it. They want baby mamas and baby daddies. And it's very different. It's very different. It's very different. It's very different than what I would like for myself. So hey, the elegant elephant, and congratulations to you, girl. Cause listen, it seemed like all the happy women are single. I'm just being real. I mean, it's some happy women that's in relationships, but it just seems like the new happy is single. I don't know. It's just women are realizing like, hey, back in the days where women, didn't work, or they worked a little bit, women are doing what they got to do to make their own money, because we sick of this shit. Like, we sick of it. Like, listen, we sick and fucking tired. It's a different time versus when our grandparents and parents were coming up. And what, listen, let me tell y'all a story about this man, my kid's father, with his old low down dirty ass. So this had to be, my son is 24, so this had to be at least about 25 years ago. So I used to be a mortgage broker around that time. So if y'all know what mortgage brokers are, they give people loans. Okay. So during this time, we wasn't married. We had, different last names, but we lived together. So we wanted to buy a house, but because, obviously we wasn't married at that time, I was like, okay, I can do the loan, but I was going to do it for him because, it will be in his name. But I'm thinking, okay, we together. What's yours is mine. That's how we do it. Let me tell you what this dirty bastard did. So we get the house, very nice house. Obviously, I put it in his name. I do the mortgage, put it in his name. Guess what he would do every time he get mad? Keep in mind, I did the loan because I was the mortgage broker, but in doing the loan, I put the loan in his name. So whenever he would get an attitude with me, guess what he would do? He would call the police, y'all, and tell the police, she in my house and she ain't supposed to be here. That's why we have to have our own stuff. That is why we have to have our own shit. So imagine we had this thing where I would do the mortgages for the properties and I would always do it in your name because I can't do a mortgage for myself. That would be fraud. So he would get the mortgage in his name, and then when he get mad, he would call the police. Oh, we tired. We're not playing those games anymore. Marriage is not in high expectations anymore. If you notice, a lot of people are not really trying to get married in this day and age. And I totally understand. And that's why they do prenuptial agreements, because they know that at some point they're probably going to um, divorce. So they want to make sure that they leave with something. They want to make sure they leave with something. And that's just the day and time that we live in. People like, look, I'm not marrying you without a prenuptial agreement, because when this damn marriage is over, I need to be able to leave here with something. So, look, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yes, he would throw it in your face that his name was on a mortgage. Absolutely. After it was the agreement that I would do the mortgage for him in his name, because keep in mind, because I'm the mortgage lender, I can't do a mortgage for myself. How can I do a mortgage for myself? That's fraud. I can't. I don't trust these dudes. I don't trust them. I don't trust these dudes. Right, Camille, that is horrible. That is horrible. Dirty and low damn down. But let me tell you what I did to his ass. I went right and got my own shit. Okay. He ended up selling his house. I went and I ended up buying me a condo. So I ended up buying a condo. I stayed there for a year and then I bought me a brand new house. Oh, his face dropped. Pick it up, pick it up, pick your face up off the ground. Yeah, this is my house now. He will be coming over looking, thinking we was gonna get, no, we're not getting back together, bro. This is my house. Come get your children and get the fuck out. Yes. Yep. Yep. He sure did. Just low down and dirty. Yes, D Nice. So you understand, when you're a mortgage broker, you can't do your own loan. So that was the understanding. I can't do a loan for myself, but I can do it for somebody else, even if it's my boyfriend. Like, they don't know that this is my boyfriend, and it really doesn't matter as long as it's not me. So I learned from that. I said, you know what? I don't trust y'all. Y'all are low down and dirty. And I said I don't trust them. I just would never put myself in a situation where I am depending on another person. Yeah, I would never put myself in that situation. So I will always have my own stuff, because people are real dirty. A lot of trauma bonding situationships going, but we will pass it as relationships. All right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here because y'all ain't, y'all. I said if y'all want it, y'all can come up. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say with regards to Tamar? Otherwise, I'm about to get up out of here. We've been on here for almost an hour and 30 minutes. What y'all got to say?